He slid into my DMs like a ghost who never learned to stay dead. Camila, we need to talk. Mateo's mine, right? Be real with me. I was sitting in a $10 million kitchen, 3-year-old asleep upstairs, diamond on my finger heavier than my whole past, and all I could think was, bro, you threw each $200 at me like I was a broken vending machine and told me to handle it. Now you want daddy privileges? Drop your city and the deadbeat who tried to pop back up after you glowed all the way up. I'm reading every single one. My name is Camila Reyes, 28, mama to the dopest little human on earth, Mateo, and, plot twist of the century, real wife to Dominic Reyes, the billionaire CEO who paid me to fake a marriage for optics and accidentally ended up falling so hard we both forgot it was ever pretend. Yeah, this is that story, the full, uncut, no-skip intro version. Buckle the hell up because this one's long and it's worth every second. Let's rewind 5 years, back when I was 19, broke, and stupid in love with Dylan Brooks. Sun-bleached surfer hair, lazy grin, the kind of guy who could talk you out of your panties and your common sense in the same breath. One missed pill after the flu, one reckless night, 2 pink lines on a dollar store test. I told him in our shitty studio apartment that smelled like weed, ramen, and broken dreams. His smile vanished like someone yanked the plug. First words out his mouth, "You did this on purpose, didn't you?" Then he peeled 2 crisp $100 bills from his wallet, slapped them on the cracked counter like I was some side chick emergency and said, "Take care of it. Your body, your problem. Don't drag me into this." I begged, actually got on my knees and begged, this man to stay, to choose us, to be a dad. He laughed, zipped his hoodie, grabbed his keys, and ghosted so hard the door slammed twice. I sat on that nasty linoleum floor, clutching those 2 bills and cried until I threw up. 3 months later, I'm hiding a basketball under oversized hoodies, throwing up because my dad was frying tilapia after his double shift. Papa found me crying over the toilet, wrapped his rough warehouse arms around me like I was still 5 years old and whispered, "Mija, you're never alone. We got this." He skipped work the day Mateo was born, held my hand while I pushed, cried harder than I did when the nurse put that tiny screaming human in my arms. 3 months after that, he dropped dead of a heart attack on the warehouse floor. 37 years old. Go on. Mama sold her wedding ring, her earrings, everything gold, just to keep formula on the table. I went back to work at 6 weeks postpartum with stitches still healing because diapers don't pay for themselves and grief don't pause the rent. That's the origin story. No filter, no fairy tale, just facts. Fast forward to 8 months ago. I'm the quiet accounts girl at Reyes. Global, head down, grinding 2 jobs so Mateo can have the light-up dinosaur sneakers he saw on YouTube. One random Tuesday, the CEO himself, Dominic Reyes, 6'3", tailor-made suits, face like he walked off a brooding billionaire Pinterest board, summons me to his office, shuts the blinds, and drops the wildest pitch in corporate history. "Marry me, on paper, 2 years, play the perfect family for the board, investors, Forbes profiles, the whole circus. In exchange, I'll pay you enough to never stress about a single bill again." I thought it was a prank, a hidden camera thing, maybe a fever dream. He slid a contract across the mahogany desk like he was closing a merger. I told him he lost his damn mind. He gave me 24 hours. That night I stared at Mateo clutching his raggedy stuffed giraffe, formula can half empty, stack of overdue notices doing the cha-cha on the counter, Mama asleep on the couch after her night shift, and I did the math. Pride don't pay daycare. Pride don't buy medicine when your kid has an ear infection. Pride don't keep the lights on. So I walked back into that office the next day, looked the most powerful man I'd ever met dead in the eye and said, "Where do I sign?" Civil ceremony on a random Friday. No dress, no flowers, just a judge, a notary, 2 witnesses who worked for him, and a check thicker than my entire thigh. Monday morning, a matte black G-Wagon picked us up from Mama's cracked sidewalk and rolled us through 12-foot wrought iron gates to the Reyes estate that looked like Architectural Digest and Pinterest had a very expensive baby. First month was straight up bizarre. Separate wings, scripted family dinner hours, twice a week in front of the staff so the maids and chef could gossip appropriately. Me still clocking in at my old cubicle under a new manager so nobody sniffed out the arrangement. We were Oscar level actors, but then the cracks started showing real life. A custom rocking chair shows up in the nursery. No note. Just exactly the one I'd saved on a secret Pinterest board 3 years ago. Dominic catching me singing Cielito Lindo to Mateo at 2 a.m. and lingering in the doorway like he forgot how to walk away. Him memorizing I take exactly 2 sugars and oat milk without me ever saying it out loud. Tiny moments stacking like quiet proof the universe was finally paying attention when I thought it had written me off years ago. 6 months in, we're at this insane charity gala, my official debut as Mrs. Reyes. Wearing a midnight blue silk gown that cost more than Mama's house, hair pinned up, heels so high I practiced walking in the hallway for a week. Cameras popping, champagne flowing, Dominic's hand steady on my lower back like it was molded to fit there. We're killing the performance. Then across the ballroom I spot him, Dylan Brooks, looking expensive now, arm candy on his hip, laughing like the world never broke him. My knees almost buckled. Dominic felt me freeze. Didn't ask questions, just steered me toward the exit like a bodyguard. Of course, Dylan clocks us, swaggering over with tequila breath and zero shame. Camilla, damn, you upgraded hard. That the kid? He mine or what? Dominic stepped half in front of me, voice arctic. Her husband. Conversation over. Dylan smirked like it was open mic night. I grabbed Dominic's hand and we bounced, before I caused a scene in 6-inch heels. 2 days later, the text, we should talk. I deserve to know if he's mine. I didn't tell Dominic. This demon was mine to exorcise. Met Dylan at a loud downtown coffee shop so I wouldn't slap him in private. He tried the whole I was young and scared remix, the I want to meet my son sob story, the people change TED Talk. I let him dig for 5 minutes, then buried him. You threw cash at me and told me not to drag you into my problem. Mateo has a father who reads him dinosaur books in 2 languages, who bought him his first cleats, who shows up every single day without a court order or a GoPro. You don't get to swipe right on my son because your new girlfriend wants cute Instagram content or you're bored with your midlife crisis at 30. Lose my number or my husband's lawyers will make it disappear permanently. Walked out without buying a drink. Felt like I bench pressed a truck. That night I came home shaking, not from fear, from raw power. Dominic was in the nursery doing all the T-Rex roars in Goodnight T-Rex. He looked up when I leaned in the doorway, eyes soft. Everything good, mi reina? I nodded, throat tight. He tucked Mateo in, kissed his curls, then met me in the hallway and just held me. No questions, just arms that felt like home. And right there, barefoot on Italian marble, I realized the contract had expired months ago. This wasn't pretend anymore. 3 months later, the original 2-year deal was coming due. Dominic slid new papers across the kitchen island while I flipped chocolate chip pancakes, Mateo's favorite. I braced for divorce docs. Instead, it was a brand new marriage certificate. Real one, no expiration date, no payment schedule, just our names and a blank witness line. He dropped to one knee, but holding the same ring I'd been faking with, except now there was a second band nestled beside it, rose gold with tiny diamonds shaped like stars. Camila, I hired you to fake a family and you gave me the realest thing I've ever had. Marry me again, for keeps. No exit clause, no NDA, just us, forever. Mateo ran in screaming, "Say yes, mommy," like the little traitor had been rehearsing for weeks. He absolutely had. I cried so hard the pancakes burned and the smoke alarm went off. We renewed vows in the backyard under fairy lights. Mama ugly crying happy tears in her best dress. Elena filming on her phone. Mateo as ring bearer holding the pillow upside down like a legend. Dominic's speech wrecked me. I thought I was buying an image. Turns out I was buying my whole future. My family, my heart. Camila, you didn't just save my reputation, you saved me. Now it's a year later. Mateo calls Dominic Papi without thinking twice and asks for Papi's special pancakes every Saturday. We turned the fake nursery into a real big boy room with glow in the dark stars, a mini soccer goal in the hallway, and a bookshelf stuffed with everything from Dr. Seuss to Spanish fairy tales. I quit accounts and launched my own nonprofit teaching single moms financial literacy and credit repair. Dominic funded the seed round, built us an office downtown, and sits on the board just to watch me cook every day. Dylan tried one last time with a shady lawyer letter claiming paternal rights. Dominic's legal team sent back a cease and desist so thick it needed its own zip code plus a side of restraining order. Crickets ever since. Yo, this ain't Camilla's finale. This is the damn origin story. From the girl who got left with $200 and a broken heart, to the woman running empires in Louboutins with her real family in the front row, teaching other mamas how to turn pain into power. So tell me, what's the moment you turned your problem into your entire superpower? City, the deadbeat, the plot twist that made you the main character, spill it all below. I'm reading every comment, replying to the real ones, because your comeback might be the spark someone else needs right now. Peace out, stay choosing you, and never settle for a seat at the table when you were born to own the whole damn penthouse. Catch y'all on the flip.